Hey everyone, hope everyone's doing well. Welcome back to another video. So this video will have two workouts in it because there are two short ones, so I put them together. First one had some front squats, push presses, heavy pulls, and some light clean and jerk stuff. And then the next workout you see, pretty good snatch workout where I even attempted a PR, and then clean and jerks went terribly. So I'll talk about why that is and some of my plans for this last little, I guess, week or so, or week and a couple days before my competition. So the workout for the front squats went really well. I was really aggressive with the front squats. I was able to get up to 420, which is 10 pounds under my current best, and I was pretty happy with how it moved. It was kind of difficult, but it was a pretty high percentage. After doing that, it was light clean and jerks, and there was nothing really difficult about them. I don't think doing them off blocks would have made them any easier. In fact, probably would have made them a little bit more difficult. After doing those, I had heavy pulls, which were at 202 kilos, so 445 for a bunch of singles. And then went up, sorry, there's kids yelling outside. Then had some push presses at the end, and I'm forgetting the exact order I did them, but the pulls were more difficult than I had anticipated, more so the next day, because when I had done my workout, there were some things that went negative in the next day. So all of that went pretty well with the front squats and the pulls and all of that. And I felt okay for the next day. I didn't feel great, but I was motivated to work hard. Second day, had a bunch of snatch singles, and I felt pretty good on the snatches. My hands were a little raw from previous days of training, so I used straps. And I was able to get up to 130 kilos without any misses. They weren't the prettiest snatches, but I was able to get up to that weight, and then took a crack at 136 and just did a snatch pull, essentially. Clarked the crap out of it, and it happens. But I think after doing snatches, the clean jerks went terribly. So I went 60, 110 to 140, and I missed 140, and it felt heavy. The pull felt heavy, the squat felt heavy, and the jerk didn't obviously work. But dropped down to 130 for a couple singles, which hilariously enough is what I snatched that day. But there's a couple reasons I think that happened. So obviously, if you saw the first part of the video with the workout, or at least I'm thinking of the timing, probably the end of the first workout, the heavy work obviously had an impact on the next day of training. I usually do fine if I have heavy training and then do normal training the next day. Wasn't really expecting to hit any sort of like PR on the clean and jerk or anything like that, but I think with the way that the programming has been going as of late, there hasn't been a lot of heavy clean and jerks, so I think that was probably the most minor impact of it, because there's been heavy squats and push presses and stuff, so it's not as if I'm not being worked in those areas that would correlate to clean and jerks going well. The second factor is going heavy on snatches. That's just something that's the name of the game. That's part of the sport. So that's obviously going to have an impact on clean and jerks. Again, not expecting a PR on the clean and jerks, but a little surprising to not even get 140. The third impact, so the heavy training from the day before, the snatches previous to that, probably the most important and the tertiary factor and the most important one is the fact that I just didn't eat like anything throughout the day. And I will do this from time to time where if I just don't eat a lot, and then I just try to train normally, and I just hit a wall. And I think that's what happened, because thinking back, if I'm able to snatch 130 and it went okay, like it wasn't like I was freaking out. In fact, I didn't listen to music for 130. I did for 136 because that would have been a lifetime PR. But for all the other lifts, I didn't listen to music. Was doing them fine. Like they felt difficult, like a little slow in the pool, but I was still doing them. The clean and jerks, once I got tried 140, it wasn't even like it felt heavy. The clean felt kind of hard. The pull felt kind of slow, but I was like gassed. And then on my drive home, because I was annoyed with everything in the world, as I'm sure most people are when they don't have a good workout, but I was thinking like, wow, a couple pieces of toast with breakfast with some honey, ate some peanut butter with lunch, and I was like, and some bacon when I got home from school. And I was like, yeah, and some Gatorade. And I'm like, that's nothing. So made a bunch of rice and so that's going to be a big carb that I'm having. I just ate more bread, but just something I have to be conscious about, to just focus on just eating as much. I'm not cutting or anything, so there's no reason for me to be in a deficit like that, and especially with carbs. So I think that's perhaps the biggest factor, is the absolute energy deficiency that I had. So I'm hoping that that is a factor. Because I think that's going to be a factor, I may adjust some things of the last week of, or actually there's nothing to do with the food, but I may adjust some things of the last week of training. I think I've mentioned this in a couple different videos. Last week of training is going to be a bit aggressive, so I definitely will be changing that. I may do the workout still today, or I may just start adjusting things. I think today wanted me to do front squat triples. I'm not doing front squat triples. I may go out and front squat. Wants me to do push presses. I may go push press, but I'm not going to do push press. It was like sets of 4. So I'm definitely rolling back some of the reps and stuff that are on there, and trying to really I am trying to think of the correct word, but trying to regress, or trying to get rid of some of the fatigue that's been built up, because I do think I am prepared for the competition physically. I just am, doing too much volume, or just too much work generally. So I just need to dial some of that back, and get ready this next week, and really just kind of roll back the volume. And we'll kind of probably just talk about what's on the AI, because I'll be changing it enough to where it's not really going to be beneficial to show it. Obviously this workout I'll still be able to, but for the one, if I do one today, because I still might just not even work out, and then the one workouts I do Friday and Saturday and the rest of the week for the competition will most likely change a little bit from what's on there, if not a lot. So I'll keep you in the loop of that, but I've rambled on long enough. Sorry for that. This video is a bit longer, and I hope you all have a great day. Peace.